Yeah, I'll be calling the clerk of the court, Steve Kenyon. To ask him in regards to some filings. Oops.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. And try again.
Yep, I will try again. So it's 12083342210.
Have reached the Idaho Supreme Court Court of Appeals Clerk's Office. Please leave your name and phone number, and we will return your call as soon as possible. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Yes, Mr. Steve Kenyon. This is for Steve Kenyon, clerk of the courts. Mr. Kenyon, in regards to your emails, trying to figure out how to still electronically file through the Supreme Court, which during my oral argument I found out that I could, but everybody tells me that you are my contact. I continue to try to contact you to get to find out how to do an electronic filing, and I've been delayed, so I've been left no choice but to go ahead and send this letter of the reference with a non-reference number, order of this court that I received that has a reference number on it. An agency's number on the bottom of it already, but up here it's no reference. And I did act upon this document. I'm just wondering if this document and all the other documents that I received that has Mr. Chief Justice Roger S. Burdick, B-U-R-D-I-C-K, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, if he is aware that he signed off on this document, and if all the other judges that sat on the panel there during my oral argument is aware that this was signed off on. Because you see, Steve Kenyon, this court recognizes my disability based upon your email, which is why Elaine Kerr was able to sit at the table based upon my injury and my disability, but she wasn't able to talk. That's the letter that I received from you, Steve Kenyon, clerk of the court. But now I'm still trying to figure out, based upon their lies before the Supreme Court, that for a fact I can back up that they did lie to the Supreme Court. But I'm trying to find out through you, Steve Kenyon, on how to file this. It's not a motion, I don't believe. So I've been left no choice but to go ahead and send a copy of this document along with some other documents to all the justices that sat before the Supreme Court on my oral argument on June 5th of 2013. So they all know what I'm talking about. And then also the letter of Lynn Luker, which I did hire Lynn Luker, but he has refused to act upon my December 27th of 2010 hiring, which I'm not sure if the Supreme Court was aware when I asked if he was in the room why I did that. Because I believe that he is my attorney, as he is telling people that has called his office, that is between me and my client, why he abandoned me. So I've been left no choice but to go ahead and send a copy of this phone conversation so the court knows all communication that's been done. So I'm still trying to find out, based upon their lies that they said to the Supreme Court, and as my filings have been, I believe that my records before the Supreme Court have been altered and tampered with. So this is what I'll be filing in regards to, or Lynn Luker, my attorney, can call and we can settle this on a lump sum so I can move forward. Did Chief Justice Burdick know that he signed off on this and some of the other documents that I have received from the clerk of the courts? Mr. Kenyon, please return my call. If not, please have my attorney, Lynn Luker, legislator, who did the $700,000 settlement offer to the State Insurance Fund, which was in my brief after the hearing. So I'm still trying to find out, Mr. Kenyon, what is going on before the Supreme Court. Thank you very much. Mr. Kenyon, you can also, look up a failure in our American pride, or you can look up corruption in Idaho and look up my 40-something videos that I have posted on YouTube. This is no game. I'm trying to move forward over here with my life. Thank you. So, how do you get things viral, video viral, or whatever? I don't know. But I am in a fight for my life. Every time I post something, my kids see it. They probably think I don't know what they're thinking, but, you know, I'm not a quitter. And my kids are young. It took me 49 years to learn what I did. And then over the last 5 years, you know, they're young. But you know, sometimes you have to stand up for what's right. And that's all that I'm doing. Corruption in Idaho. They are rated a D in corruption. Look it up. I'm the one that fought for 10 minutes for his life. The state insurance fund is responsible. I can no longer make a living based upon this injury. I went before the Supreme Court June 5th, 2013. And then for them to straight out lie to the Idaho Supreme Court. Well, and then Mr. Lynn Lugar, an Idaho legislator, who abandoned me based upon my December 27th, 2010 letter that I wrote to Lynn Lugar, which she did come back, which I have a letter from December 29th, which I have also posted, of 2010, where he recognized that he came back based upon my letter. But then he tried to turn around and say, we're right back because I wouldn't take this $120,000 settlement offer, again, that they tried to get me to take that I wouldn't take prior to him quitting. Because it's not about money to me. It was about giving me the help I needed to understand me fighting for my life. How does one get things viral? I don't know. And for everything that I've posted, look it up. A failure in our American pride. I only learned how to do all this in the last year. How to video things, put it out on YouTube. My kids looking at me like, whoa, Dad, hey, slow down. But my kids don't understand yet. But they'll learn over time because they are young. I love my kids to death. I do want to spend my time with them now that they did come back into my life just shortly prior to my injury. All of them did. And then being a grandfather and not being able to see them based upon their lives that somebody else tried to use against me. And now I can't see my grandkids because I was an ex-drug addict. And then, you know, somebody got pissed off at me over here because I wouldn't allow my lady to be taken advantage of. So I stepped up. And so somebody used in her family, I guess my daughter, that I'm doing shit over here around my grandkids. Now I can't even see my grandkids. It's because of you all. You all are saying that things that are going on in my life has nothing to do with this injury. It's the lies that you all have said and are doing. And you say, I have an anger problem? I have every right to be angry. And Mr. Lynn Lugar, an Idaho legislator, don't be surprised when you wake up in the morning, you're going to see my face when you go to work. And you're going to see my face when you come home. Because I'm not done with you, Lynn Lugar. I will be standing outside your door asking you why, Lynn Lugar. Or you can give me a call. Be a man. Step up. You are an attorney. You're a legislator for the state of Idaho. Vice chair of the judicial, which is part of the commission, but that's conflict. But then when I tried to get all these attorneys to try to help me, now I know why no attorney would help me. Because somewhere in the record, Lynn Lugar, you're still my attorney. But I wasn't catching on to that. Because you learn over time. As my kids will understand. Things happen in your life for a reason. But sometimes, you know, good things come to those who wait. I just want to move forward. Thank you. Help me viral this out. Let everybody know, because I am in a fight for my life. And my dignity and who I am as a person. Well, I'm sitting here without a shirt, but you know, hey, we all can't look beautiful every day, right, women? Look, but you know, sometimes I can joke, sometimes I gotta throw it in, but you know, I said, we're moving forward in my life over here. Now that I've tried to move forward, but you all thought you'd take advantage of me since I moved out of state into another state, but you're learning that's not the truth. Mr. Lynn Luker, I want you to contact the state insurance fund. I want the settlement offer that you now put together, now that I learned it is also before the Supreme Court. But I want the $1.2 million that you know that I'm entitled to. I'm not asking for nothing that you didn't already do, Lynn Luker, and put together. None. Zero. The only thing that I've added on is the S&W Act because my job was found guilty by OSHA for not giving a safe workplace. So I only added on what was right given to me based upon OSHA's report. So that brought it up to the $1.2 million, Mr. Lynn Luker. The one that you offered of the $700 and something thousand over a 26-year life expectancy that you believe that I'm also totally disabled based upon the Odd Lot Victorian Act. Correct, Mr. Lynn Luker? You're the one that put it together. Who better than a legislator put together a settlement offer like that? But then I wasn't supposed to make it this far, was I? No, I wasn't. And to read the letters that you wrote also and put in the records. What if before the records? What if before the Supreme Court? Based upon filings like this, Mr. Luker, with no reference number up here in here, and then when I do go and respond, Carol, also of the clerk of the courts, won't allow me to talk to the ladies that me and my partner, Elaine Kerr, who has appeared, who has traveled to Boise with me from Vancouver, Washington, based upon my disability to help me serve papers. And based upon the letter to the Supreme Court requesting that Elaine Kerr could sit at the table, and it was granted, but she couldn't talk, but she would only be there to help me with my paperwork based upon my disability. That's what I got from the clerk of the court. So are you all aware of what is being sent to me? Things like this? I'm not blaming Mr. Burdick if he's involved, but I'm just saying I want to know if he's aware that he's signing off on documents like this that I can't even respond to. And when I do try, with Elaine Kerr at my side, ask about these records, and then again, still being denied to speak to the ladies that me and Elaine Kerr filed them to, by Carol, clerk of the courts also, where do I stand? Clearly I'm being taken advantage of based upon corruption, a failure in our American pride. How do we get these things like this viral? So, I'm not helping just myself. I want to be able to also help all other injured workers in Idaho. Just like I had, like they're trying to put out to the Supreme Court that are in the filings that Mr. Clerk feels like he's a champion for injured workers or something like that because of what I'd said, something to my counselor during one of my counselings. But hey, where do I stand? How do I get things viral? Well, Facebook, they've been good to me because, I play a game a lot, a bingo game, Bingo Rising or something like that. But, all the work that I've done on this computer and that I've learned over the last year, I have to take my mind off it somehow, but still have to go back to the game. To my work. I'm doing it. I apologize, kids, but I believe over time you will understand because you'll see that, hey, you know what? I remember my dad did that. It happened to him. He stood up because if you feel that you're being wrong, you got to stand up. If you don't stand up for yourself, nobody's going to do it for you. That's what I believe in. Have a good day. I'll try. It's nice outside. It'd be a nice day to be with my grandkids. Yeah, right.